G'day guys, Josh from Dodgy Daily here, and Max. He can't be here, so the llamas are going to fill in for him. Should probably put that pen down because I was recording before, and turns out it wasn't actually recording. I pressed the button. I'll get rid of that for a sec. So this video is a little bit telling you about what we've got going on and why we've been a little bit quiet on the Instagram and the Facebook and everything like that. So we're basically just waiting on parts for a lot of our builds at the moment, and we've been doing our part to try and help the fireys by we've been going out collecting a bunch of dead wood, because I've got a built-in fireplace in my house. So we've been going out to the bushes trying to collect up bits of dry dead wood to try and get rid of some of the fuel from out in the bush. We get as much as we can. And then we're actually also going to start doing tidy ups in the bush. We're going to take, once the courier is done, we're going to take the courier and the Hilux out and just start collecting all the scrap metal from out in the bush that people have dumped. That'll also give us a little bit more income, but at the same time we're tidying up the bush. So we've got that going on, and then we've got we're waiting on parts for all the builds. So the courier, actually parts for that showed up about a couple of days ago. So what had happened with the courier, I've had people ask me what's going on with it, when's it going to be done. Oh yeah, the usual, oh yeah, give it 4 years, should be done. No, I want it done within like 2-3 weeks, if that. So because I need it done, really. I can't keep daily driving the V8 when I'm doing 140 kilometers a day to and from work, and it's costing me about $200 a week in fuel on a good week. What happened with the courier, actually, I think the last video I done was trying to get the injection pump in. I got the shits with it. So what happened with that was the injector pump went in. And the dowel had actually fallen out of the cam gear and down into the engine because it wasn't quite lined up properly as I was putting it all together. And then, so I've had to pull the entire front of the motor apart, and then I thought I'd just pull the rocker cover off, check a couple of things under there, double check the valve clearances, and I'm guessing that part of the reason it was never running right to begin with is the valve clearances weren't set correctly, and one of the rocker arms had snapped. So that's why I was waiting on a new one for that. So I got all the bits. So I pulled the head back off, just to check, make sure no valves are bent or nothing was damaged. No piston marks, no markings, nothing to do with the valves. I just wanted to make sure it was all good. So the head's back off, and unfortunately, I will have to reuse that head gasket that's just been put. Like, it was literally just put on when the new head arrived. So it's only had about half an hour runtime. So with some copper spray, is it copper spray? I think it is. With some copper spray. I think it's copper grease spray. On both sides of it, I should still get a good seal out of that. And if not, then I'll be doing another head in a couple of months. But it's what you got to do when money's tight. So that's where I'm at with the courier. The BMW drift car, the blue one, because we've now got 2 BMWs. Well, we've had 2 BMWs for a while, but we've now got 2 BMW builds happening. So the blue one, if you've watched our previous videos, you would have seen that we've sorted out the power steering cooler, so we stopped blowing up pumps, just because out there drifting, left to right, lock to lock constantly, it'll eventually heat up fluid and it'll burn out pumps. So we've sorted out a power steering cooler, and we're waiting on engine mounts and a coolant hose, as when the engine mounts failed, the serpentine belt started rubbing on the lower radiator hose. And also went the last event where we did belt the wall, we haven't been out for a long time, So last event when we did belt the wall, we also the what is it, tensioner pulley. That's gone. We don't know. It flew off somewhere. We believe it's somewhere near Blackdown Police Station as we decided to drive the race car to KFC. Couldn't find it. Found the police station. Got straight back to the track. So we need new. So we're waiting on engine mounts, serpentine belt, clutch, slave as because the car's been sitting for that long. So I'm guessing the seals just dried out when I've gone to use the clutch. It's broken. And we're also waiting on a new pulley for the new tensioner pulley. And then just got to do some touch up on the rebar, or patch up on the rebar and front bar, and that should be good to go again. We're aiming, to the events as to why I was talking about them before. We are aiming for an event at the end of January. I don't know the exact dates right now, but when it gets closer to the event, we will post up the dates. Because it's an event hosted by Australian Drift Clubs. I think it was the 19th. I'm not 100% sure on that, so keep an eye on our Facebook for event dates for when we go. But we are hoping for around then. So we're counting on 2 cars. We're counting on the Courier to be done and the E36 to be done. If not, we have to tow with the gutless Hilux, which that's not going to be fun to tow with a NA diesel. But if it gets us there, it gets us there. So that's the blue E36 covered. I've actually decided that we're going to, within the new year, we're going to build my white shell into a competition car. So that one's probably going to take me all year, if not longer, to do. Because I'll be going with possibly Wisefab for the front end, or just what other brand, any other brand that the drifters within the E36 community are using. I know Mike Lake. Actually, I've got to give a shout out to Mike Lake because he was a good bloke to us, and he gave us a shout out on his channel during one of his Q&As. So I want to give a shout out to Mike Lake right now, and I want everyone to just go over to his channel, give it a gaze, like and subscribe to his shit too. But yeah, back to that. I know Mike Lake is just running, I think it was 60mm extended arms, and he used to run just the eBay lock adapters with the extended arms. I don't remember the exact brand of the lock adapters he's using now, but they're great quality. If you go check out his channel, you should be able to. I'm pretty sure he mentions the brand that he's using now. But yeah, for quite a few years, from what I've seen on his channel, he's just been using the extended arms and lock adapters off eBay. But so I might end up running that setup, or I might run Wisefab, or I'm not 100% sure on what I want to use. It all comes down to trial and error and seeing what everybody else has had success with and had failures with. So I've got my LSD in the blue car, so obviously when the blue car is, or when the white car is coming close to an end, I'll rip that LSD out and send it down to one of the fellas in Sydney. He's on the E36 page, and he rebuilds diffs, and I'll get that LSD completely locked up. And then for the blue track hack that we're going to have, I'll just get an open diff and weld it and go from there. And I'll be using, so the plan for the white shell, I've got an M50 non-Vanos motor, stroke it up to a 3-litre and boost it. It's what I've wanted to do ever since I've gotten into BMWs, and now I'm in the position to be able to do that. I will be chasing that. It will be very similar setup to everything you see, as I want simplicity, I want reliable, and I'm also doing a wire gutting. Um, so anything that you see me do with the wiring side of things, you'll probably see it elsewhere on YouTube as well, as that's where I'm going to be. I'll be online finding out what pins do what. And that's probably what everybody else is saying in their wire gutting videos. So we've got one of them coming. Not 100% sure when, because at the moment the sorry, at the moment that shell's just being used for storage for parts. So we'll get onto that one day. Now the MPS, Max's MPS, that will be done one day. So if you got Max on Facebook, you would have seen that he's got some goodies that have rocked up for it, and you would have seen that he's been keeping himself busy by parting out MPSs that have had either blown motors, clapped out bushes, just ones that aren't worth re-registering again. And then we've got, the MPS, so he's waiting on time for us to be able to work on that, and then he's got to build up the budget again to be able to go get it tuned, to run all the other bits he's done. So when we do get around to working on that, we will do a full rundown of what has been done to it. And I'll let Max have the honours of doing that, as I couldn't tell you. I could tell you it's red, and it's an MPS, and it's turbo. Max has got the full rundown. He's got the, everything he's done to it to get where he wants to be. And yeah, he's got a few surprises up his sleeve for that car. Don't know if I've talked about the AU Falcon, so I'm just going to quickly cover that. The AU has some ridiculous things coming in the new year, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And what else have we got floating around? Sam's Falcon, he's ordered a bigger intercooler for that. East-west setup instead of... So it's going to be, in one side, out the other, instead of coming in and looping back up and around and going back. So he's ordered a different intercooler setup for that, so we'll get onto that once that arrives. And then we've got... Oh, God, we've got a lot of projects, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Steph, my partner, is chasing up a bigger turbo for her BA. For her BA XR6T, as the turbo housing is cracked on the exhaust side. So we'll be chasing up a bigger turbo for that, and that'll be in the new year. But yeah, so that's just the basic rundown of everything that we've got going on, everything that may or may not happen in the new year. Hopefully will. Everything that I've just said will happen in the new year. But yeah, and we're going to try to get down to many, many more events. As you've seen, we made it down to South Australia this year. That was one hell of a trip. To find out, go watch the previous videos that we've done on that. We did actually go up to Queensland and went to Archfield Race Park earlier in the year, but that was before we decided to actually do YouTube, and we now regret not actually starting YouTube a long time ago, because we've had that many cars, we've had that much content from all of these cars, doing engines in the backyard, manual conversions in the backyard, dropping beamers on their guts, scraping rails, all the good shit that we didn't even think of. And then someone one day at a wet pan just said, you two should do YouTube, and we thought about it for a little while and just went, fuck it, let's do it. And that's how we are here now. So yeah, I think I'm forgetting some. Oh, all right, stickers. So we've got one of the old designs, and we've got, well, actually no, we've got 4 of these designs left. If anyone wants to buy one, they're $10 each or $2 for $15. That's actually the same for all of them. So all stickers, regardless of combination of what you buy, is $2 for $15. Or 1 for $10. So we've got one of the newer designs here, and then we've got the other. Oops, knocked that one down. We've got the other colours. We chose this blue because it's the closest blue we could get to the BMW E36, and we just thought that was a nice little touch to have with on the stickers for the race car. Yeah, I'll bugger that. We thought it was a nice little touch to have the stickers match the colour of the race car. But at that, I just, I'm just going to end it here. I think I've covered everything that's what's been going on. May have missed some stuff. I think I did actually miss quite a bit, but I've covered quite a lot of what's been going on with us lately and why we've been a bit quiet. Just want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's to all of you, and hopefully, we can build the channel bigger and better as the year goes on. And we'll go from there. So basically, like, subscribe, hit the ding dong button, and keep an eye out for our posts on what we're doing. So if you want to come grab stickers off us at the track, just want to come say hey, that's fine. Don't be shy around us, because really, we're just like you, just like everyone else. We're just out there to have fun. So, if you want to come and say hi to us, come say hi. And we're all keen for the chat. We're always keen on a chat. I think last event we went to, we missed out on like 2 or 3 runs purely just because we were talking shit. So, if you see us out and about, come say hi. But yeah, like, subscribe, hit the ding dong button, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Bye, guys.